onto the end of your mat. Toes forward, feet hip width apart, check them, have a look down. Tins on the front of your knees, drop your shoulders, tuck your chin. Breathe in, breathe out, and curl down. Good. Bend your knees and come forwards. Good. Have your hands lightly on the tins. Some of you will have a bit more weight to you than others, so put your hands on the floor if you're feeling a bit vulnerable, or if your tins feel a bit vulnerable. But not a lot of weight should be forwards on them. I want most of the weight back. It might actually make your wrists feel a little bit better if you have slightly vulnerable wrists as well. So pull your shoulders down away from the ears there, and I just want you to pick one up in front and down. Pick the other and down. So see what you think, make a judgment. So like I said, make a judgment as to whether you want to be weight bearing through these tins in front of you or not. Of course, you can just have your hands on the floor and pick one up at a time like that. Good. But one way of doing it is keeping the weight a little bit back through your heels. Good. Let's do some pulsing behind. So I'm going to put that right tin out in front and the right hand down on the floor. Bring the other arm down behind you, along your body, and pulse up and down. The great thing about doing these workouts with the tins is you get some nice arm workouts, which is actually quite difficult with Pilates to do too much around the arms. It's obviously much more to do with the abdominals and the glutes. Bring that one down. Put your hand firmly on the floor. Make sure you concentrate on the arm posture on that side. Pick the other one up and behind you and pulse up and down. Draw in through your tummy. And bring that back down. So a few glutes in this position. I would like you to stretch your left leg back, lift up, and then bend and straighten the knee. Now we'll do this one nice and slow. Tuck your bottom under, bend, pull your heel to your bottom, pause there and squeeze, and then push back out again and squeeze. So we're squeezing at each end of the range. 5, because I think hamstrings will feel a little bit vulnerable there. Other leg, push out and lift and squeeze and back out. We're supposed to only do 5 on each leg, weren't we? Obviously my right leg was feeling better than my left, so let's swap. So we equal ourselves out, left leg out, lift, and continue. Just thinking about the trains. Squeeze at each end of the range. Lovely, make sure you look after your abs, think about squeezing in through your tummy, swap legs, and lift. And go. Squeeze in, squeeze out, if that makes sense. Last one. Brilliant. Hands on tins and sit back on your heels. Make sure you push and stretch your arms forwards at the same time. Breathe in, breathe out. Pushing your fingertips away from you. Good. Coming up to sit. Bringing your legs around, up tall on the sitting bones. Arms out in front, Good. Curl back, pull your tins in. Pull up and push them out in front of you. Curl back, pull them in, pushing out. Good. Draw in your tummy. Scoop in each time. Pull in, tuck the tailbone under, but try to constantly keep your upper chest open and your shoulders back. Even though you're reaching forwards and backwards with your arms, you're still keeping that chest open. Good. 2 more. Lovely. Legs out straight, tins either side, push and roll them forwards. I won't lie, my feet are getting a little bit cold out here. Not as warm as it first felt, though the sun's gone in a little bit. Tins out in front, curl your way back, pull in through your tummy, open out and rotate. Come back in, open out and rotate to the other side. Try and pull round as far as you can, but think about keeping your legs the same length, if that makes sense. Good. Push and straighten your elbows each time. Nice. Push and straighten the elbows. Good. Getting a nice rotation stretch each time. 1 more each side. Brilliant. And then just bring the knees in and curl in like that. With the tins aside, let's do a few rolls on the spine. So picking your feet up, you're going to curl and roll back, and then come back up tall and stop. Just wondering whether we could use them as slight weights on the front there. If you're confident enough, put them on the front of your shins there. Good. And then pull back up and stop each time. Curl back, pull back up and stop. You've really got to pull yourself up straight as you come back up again. There. Pull yourself up without putting those feet down on the floor. Good. Pull and stop. Good. Last one. Brilliant. Let's try and hold our position there. Tins on your shins. Tap one toe down. Got myself a little bit wonky on here, so make sure you shuffle and get yourself in a good position with tins on your shins. Tap, tap, tap. That should be feeling a little bit difficult through the front. Hip flexors. And a bit sore in your shins probably. Oh, brilliant, lovely. I like that one. Okay, onto your backs. With the tins either side. Feet hip width apart. Tucking through your chin. Lengthen up through the back of the neck. Push the tins away. Keep the little arch in your lower back. Good. Tighten through the pelvic floor. Pushing into these, push them away. And lift and lower each leg. Good. Making sure you're in touch with what's going on around here with the pelvic floor squeeze. You should have a scooping around of your corset muscle, which is something that you can't feel, but you have to be aware that that's what you're trying to achieve. And that will keep those hips level as you're doing this exercise. So if having your hands on the tins either side doesn't allow you to check and make sure you're doing it well, then bring your hands onto the front. Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Very important to make sure you can continue to breathe smoothly through these movements. Good. Now now start lowering one knee sideways and come back up, nice and controlled out to the side there. Have your hands wherever feels right. Fingertips on the front of your hips or on the tins here or on the ribs. But thinking gently about the pelvic floor, lifting, and think about a scooping around of these deep abdominals / corset. Brilliant. Now lifting the right leg up to tabletop, push away, back in and down. Other leg up to tabletop, push out, in and down. Drawing in through that lower tummy, feeling like you are controlling and supporting your spine, which is what this is all about. As well as getting some nice flowing movement through your body in the day. Brilliant. Tins on the front of your thighs now. We're going to be curling up into a shoulder bridge and rolling them up towards your hips. Curl back down and push the tins up the thighs, or down the thighs I suppose it is, isn't it? Tucking under, curling up. And curl back down. Really trying to imprint each little bone of the spine into the floor, especially on the way down. Place one down at a time as you come back down. Go again, tucking under, curling up, and back down. Brilliant. Tins aside. Hands on your lower tummy, right leg to tabletop. Pick up your left, right down, left down. Figure out what you have to do to keep this area still. Right up, right down, left down. You should think about drawing in through here. Think about pushing the ribs down at the front. You should be able to breathe at the same time. Into the ribs at the side, not into your tummy here. Your breath doesn't go into your tummy. Don't think about it in that way, but the diaphragm can depress down and your tummy can push outwards. So I want you to keep this bit still while you're thinking about your ribs. Now we're going to do the other leg first. Breathing. Shoulders down, chest open, little arch in the back, drawing in through your tummy. Whatever speed you feel is right for you. Lovely. Give everything a little jiggle. Tins in hand. Oh, hang on a second. No tins in hands. Legs up, knees and toes together. You're going to get there in a second though. Knees and toes together. Push them over to the right. Left hand behind your head. Grab your right tin. That's why I needed to do it that way. Right tin straight up above the head. So I'm actually going to go through that again. Legs up to the right, left behind the head. Right tin up. We are crunching with that right tin, pulling it across. 3, 4, keep this elbow wide. 5, you can have your feet on the floor if you want to. 6, 8, 10. Good. The side. Just swap the tin over. Other hand behind your head. And off we go. 1, 2. So a nice long arm. Brilliant. Come back down. Just gently rolling the knees from side to side. Lovely. Let's have, I'm just checking the cameras. Good, excellent. Arms up in front of you. Find that little arch in the lower back, pull your shoulders down away from your ears, legs up to tabletop. Right arm up, left leg out. And come back in, draw in your tummy. 2, 3, 4. If we can, we're going to go to 20. 5, 6, straighten the leg all the way. 7, squeeze in your tummy. 10, we're halfway. Keep going. As long as that back isn't hurting. 2, 3, try and keep using your abs. 4, push the leg straight. 10, lovely, bring the knees in. Roll them from side to side. Good work. Okay, on to our sides to do some glutes. We sneak them in at other times, but actually these ones on the side are just the best. So one tin out of the way, tuck your bottom hip backwards, scoop your bottom under, draw in through your tummy, tin on your knee. Good. And then pushing the knee up. Remember to push the knee up towards I was going to say sky. Nobody else is outside, are they? I don't think. Push the knee straight up. Good. If you roll the knee back, then the hip wants to roll back. So push the knee straight up into the tin. Good. Push that hand down the thigh as far as you can. And relax your breathing. Elongate that arm. That encourages you to push the knee away as well. Good. Feet up, of course. Tuck that bottom under and go. This is where the tin might want to slide down the way, pushing the tin away. Good. Rolling into the IT band to release it. Good, we can straighten that top leg out, really squeeze through your glute and pulsing up and down. Again, that tin is rolling down the thigh there. Good, keep the leg up and just point and flex at the ankle. Gives you some nice stretch through the ankle, but you're also having to hold that static position, which gives you some isometric strength, if you were wondering. Lovely. The side. Tuck your bottom hip back, head in hand, bottom tucked under, tin on knee, and then lift and down. Good. Pushing away with that top hand. Right. Push away each time. Nice, feet up and go again. So there you're able to actually, rather than rolling it, which I started off doing, grab a hold of it and then, you know, let it slide up and down that thigh. I suppose it depends when you've got slidey clothing on, doesn't it? Or hairy legs. Brilliant. Bottom leg down, stretch that top leg up, and then again that tin will slide up and down that thigh. You can push down into it a little bit, really elongate that leg away from you. Squeezing in your tummy. Good, keep the leg up, push down a little bit into your hand and point and flex that foot. Squeeze in your tummy, push down through your hand, and really go from full range pointing to full range flexing the foot. All right, tins to the side. I don't think we can use the tins for our planks. So I wanted to add in a couple of those, coming up onto the elbows, clasp your hands together, tuck your toes under, scoop and tuck under your bottom a little bit, and then pushing one heel out at a time. Push away with the heel, feel the stretch down through the back of the leg. Good, drawing in your tummy. You will be aware of your glutes, having just worked them. So hopefully you can access them by squeezing as you straighten the leg. And then for a little break, let's come down flat and bend one knee to stretch the quad. So just combining a few stretches with the strengthening exercises here. Good, and swap sides. And it gives you a little bit of a break in between, but instead of just stopping, we can do something. Brilliant. Tuck those elbows underneath you again. I'm going to wait for this train. Straighten both legs out in our plank, and we're tapping one knee down at a time. Tap and lift. Good. Keep your tummy strong. Another 10 if we can get them in. Shaking. Brilliant. Come down, hands underneath your shoulders, push up and arch your back that way. Good. Excellent. Hands and knees. Tuck your toes under, stretch your bottom up, walk your hands to your feet. Curl your way back up and roll your shoulders, and the sun's just come back out again.